All right, Yabba Dabba Doo sports fans. We are live once again from OBM Arena here in Cleveland, Ohio for your girls 12U Attanucci. This time taking on the Livonia Knights. Our girls again in their Snoop Dogg blacks. They're going to confuse me again tonight. We've got Holt wearing a Holt Snoop Dogg jersey. And I'm looking for her. We've got Shannon going to wear the old Pens Elite number 16 Holt black jersey with the penguin on the front. Due to a logistical mix-up, Paige left her uniforms in Coach Michael's truck. And for those of you that watched the first game, you'll know that Malia Claherty, number 71 on our team, took a hard fall into the boards. We do not know what happened to Malia yet. Coach Michael has her over at urgent care for some x-rays and medical attention on her ankle. We have no report. If we get one during the game, we will share it. But as of now, we have no report on Malia Claherty's condition other than she is at urgent care. So maybe we'll get an update, maybe we won't. But either way, we're going to be down a winger here tonight, or a center, I should say, tonight, as Claherty's off seeking medical attention after that hard fall into the boards. You'll see some of the Pens Elite faithful entering there to the bottom. You got, they're climbing up the bleachers. You got a number of our parents here coming in. I'll let you see the Pens Elite faithful climbing up the bleachers here. As the girls continue to warm up, we got 2.5 minutes to go. Here, we'll pan over to that Pens Elite crowd. Wave to the home crowd, Pens Elite crowd. There's the Pens Elite faithful. Took a little while for them to realize they were on the screen there. They're still getting settled in for a game here. All right, 1:45 to go in the warm-up period here. Then we're going to pick them up, put them away. Get game 2 underway here tonight. Back at the same rink here we were at this morning, or earlier this afternoon. So if you watched the first game, you know that if anybody so much as moves their ankle, these bleachers shake and it shakes the camera. I'll do the best I can to hold it stable, but it's a condition I don't control, so I will give it my best to give you a stable view as I can. Call what I see. The signal hopefully will hold, and we will get this game underway for you here in just under a minute. Just for familiarity's sake, as you get ready for the game, the Livonia Knights are going to be in white jerseys with what appears to be a mix of blue and purple. Some might call it blue, some might call it purple, with black helmets and black pants. And as I've already mentioned, you Pens Elite are going to be in the black Snoop Dogs for this game number 2. The gold uniforms have not yet come in, so I think you're going to see a lot of these Snoop Dogs this weekend. Holt carries out the puck bag. With just under 30 ticks left on the clock, we're going to pick them up, put them away, get this game underway as more Pens Elite faithful file in. All right, they've completed the pre-game huddle around the net. They're now going to skate over to the bench, get final instructions from coaches Michael, Shireen, and Zivkovic. So we're down 2 Clahertys for this game. Coach Michael is at the urgent care with Malia. So looks like Shireen's going to step up and run the offensive door for Team Attanucci here tonight. These Livonia Golden Knights have good size. Time will tell what the competition level looks like in this game. Hopefully it won't be as chippy as the earlier game with the Bisons, but we shall see. Looks like Shannon, Makasenka, and I can't see who that is on the far wing. Out here with sorry, they confused me with the clock here. We're playing 13s. So Holt battles for it against the boards here with Shannon out there. Makasenka, looks like Bukovic stepped up. Play a little offense. Gaffney back with Holt. Looks like we're going to run 5D and still run 3 lines as Holt's going to chase this one down. That's actually Holt, not Shannon in a Holt uniform. As Bukovic chases that down, she's got a breakaway in here on net. Bukovic makes a nice move, skies it, and it lands on top of the net. And with 12:11 to go in the first period, we're going to get our first stoppage as I get the clock in line after the mix-up there with the time. So 12:11 to go, first period. Bukovic shot, hit the goalie and went high, and landed on top of the net. So out comes Warner, Scarlatelli, and Mrazek with Blinka and Zivkovic back. So it does indeed look like we're going to run 5D as the Knights clear it back here to the near wall. Zivkovic can't hold the point. She sends it in, and the Pens are going to be offsides with 12:03 to go. So this face-off, Warner picks it up here, wins it back in the direction of Zivkovic. The Knights come up the near wall. Centering pass broken up by Mrazek. Puck still loose, goes in. Looks like goaltender Howe gets the nod again as the Knights hold it at the zone, send it to the far side rather. Send it to the far side, and the Knights are going to send it around, hold it at the point. They hold it at the far point. Warner battles, Knights have it down low. Try centering pass, comes through everyone to the near wall. Knights pick it up there, shoot off Blinka's skates. Try to center again, it gets through. Knights player beats Mrazek to it. They battle in the far corner. Send it in behind the net. Blinka and a Knights player battle for it there. Mrazek comes out with it, sends it up the wall. Battles with a Knights player significantly larger than her, and Warner comes out with it. Warner can't chip it by this Knights player. This time it does come out ahead to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli with 1 player to beat, 3 Knights chasing her down. She gets around that one, comes in, Knights player pokes it. Blinka has a chance to chip it in deep, does. Stevens tried to pick it up, couldn't, and here come the Knights the other way. Stevens got out there with Dixon. Scarlatelli's still out there. Scarlatelli looks like she's going to head to the bench. Holt's going to chase this one down behind the net. Holt's out there with, I can't quite see who, Blinka still on D as it comes all the way around and all the way down. No icing. As the Knights regather it there. As McVeigh battles with the Knights player in the far corner. Up the wall. Betzler holds the point, sends it in deep. Goes in behind the net. Where Holt's going to pick it up. Holt in deep, Stevens covering her back. Now Stevens re-engages in the play as a traditional center, and Holt gets back to her point. Stevens sends it to Holt. Holt throws it towards the net, misses near side. Betzler, or McVeigh over there rather, couldn't get it on net, and here come the Knights the other way. They chip it ahead, and Holt's going to have to chase that one down as 2 Knights players chase her. Goaltender Howe's going to leave it for Holt in the far corner. Betzler picks it up behind the net, pushes it over to the far wall where Stevens is going to go grab it. Stevens chips it ahead, comes up the near wall. Stevens gets knocked down. No call. She's up. They come through center ice. Stevens tried to chip that one away. Couldn't do it. Livonia player sends it up the wall. Holt can't hold it at the point. As Stevens skates to the bench. Puck comes back to the top of the zone. It comes out. Betzler has it now, neutral ice. Betzler's going to skate it up the far wall. Betzler gains his zone, shoots. Goalie gets that one gloved. Sends it behind the net. Here come the Knights through the center of the defensive zone. Makasenka gives chase. Kylie hustles to cut off that player. Zivkovic ends up with the puck. Zivkovic sends it up ahead to Shannon in a Holt uniform. Across the center of the zone, Makasenka can't poke that away. Betzler turns, takes it to the far corner, sends it up the wall, out past everyone, and the Knights are going to regather at center ice. Knights enter the zone. Zivkovic sends it back ahead to Shannon in a Holt. And here comes Bukovic up the far side. Tries to chip it around that Knights player, can't. Makasenka's going to try to cut it off. She can't. Bukovic picks it up, sends it in deep, centered it for Shannon in a Holt. The goalie's going to cover that. And with 8:12 to go, we're going to get a face-off. So lots of up and down the ice action. No goals just yet. As Makasenka's going to step in and take this face-off. Over to Shannon. She tries to shoot, can't. Puck still loose. Zivkovic holds it momentarily, but here come the Knights. It's a foot race up the near wall. Zivkovic there to cut her off. Pushes her into the near corner. Sorry, I got caught up in my own microphone cord there. Knights player falls down. And here comes the puck. Gaffney sends it ahead, but not out. Gaffney chips it again on the near wall. Gaffney falls down. Puck goes into the far corner. Knights have it behind the net. Looking for a centering pass. Puck comes loose in front. And that Knights player is going to bang that in. Low past goaltender Howe on the blocker side. As she was over, cheating to the to my right side of the net, her left, to protect against that. Rebound bounced out, and they banged it home. So it's 1-0 Knights with 7:36 to go. First period. Looks like they're going to stay with Warner, Scarlatelli, and Mrazek. Blinka and Betzler back. This face-off won back by the Knights. Warner tried to pick off, couldn't. Puck goes down into the near corner here. Warner gives chase. Puck off the back of the net. Warner overskated it. Scarlatelli chips at it, can't pick it up. Knights coming up the near wall. Blinka has no choice but to retreat. And here comes Warner. They battle into the far corner. Knights player falls down. Mrazek has it behind the net. Scarlatelli had it top of the zone, couldn't get it out. This time it's Warner gets it out. Warner up the near wall, centers it for Scarlatelli. She can't get a handle on it. Blinka tries to block it, can't. Betzler defensive play to get it away from that Livonia player, push it into the near corner. That player centers, puck loose. Nice save by goaltender Howe. As she catches it in her chest and drops it into her glove for a stoppage. As we have Stevens, McVeigh, and Dixon coming out with, looks like Gaffney and Holt back on D. 6:40 to go. Knights win that face-off. Big pad save by Howe, still poking at her. Puck into the far corner. Gaffney pokes it ahead for Dixon. Dixon can't get it out. They still battle for it along the wall. It goes into Stevens' skates. Stevens gets it out. Here she comes. She has players with her. Skates into the center. Can't get a shot off. As she gets the puck stripped away from her. Puck loose top of the zone. Gaffney does pick it up, but she can't hold it as the Knights clear. Puck up into the Knights bench. And we're going to get a stoppage with 6:09 to go. This faceoff should be either center ice or right there in front of the Knights bench. Looks like we're going to go right in front of the Knights bench. 6:09 to go. First period. Knights up 1-0. Stevens takes this faceoff. Dixon enters the zone with it. Knights pick it up. Knights come up the near wall. Still skating. Holt's pushing her behind the net. Centering pass. Nobody can get a stick on it. Loose at the point. Knights pick it up. Throw it towards the net. Miss near side all the way into the near corner. Holt's going to chase that one down. Knights player has it at the point. Knights player shoots, misses high, far side. McVeigh goes to chase that down, battle with a Knights player. They battle on the far wall. Gaffney and another Knight join in. Now Stevens starts poking. They continue to battle there. Stevens is going to pick it up, take it behind the net. Knights player comes to challenge. Whacks. Stevens skates by her. Another Knights player comes to challenge. Stevens still skating with it. She lost it. Dixon couldn't grab it. And here come the Knights back the other way. Holt picks it up. There goes Holt down the far side. Holt skates in around one Knights player. Skates around another Knights player. And Kaylin Holt finds the top left corner of the net on a nice play on a turnover. And Holt ties the game. It's 1-1 on a nice shot by Kaylin Holt, top left. I just checked with the parents. That actually was Kaylin. That wasn't Shannon in a Holt. Shannon in a Holt's out there now. We've got some action over in the far corner to the right of goaltender Howe. As Bukovic and Makasenka battle for it. Makasenka comes out with it. Here she comes through neutral ice. Makasenka skating, one player back. She gets around that player. Makasenka comes in, shoots, and finds the top right corner of the net. Kylie Makasenka, as the fans go wild and shake these cheap bleachers here in Cleveland. And your Penzelique girls are up 2-1 on a nice shot by Kylie Makasenka. The fans go wild, they shake the bleachers, and they shake the camera. It's rough up here tonight. As Makasenka steps in for that face-off. Zivkovic chips it ahead, too far for Bukovic. Knights turn. Bukovic gets it in her skates. She picks it up, takes it deeper. They still battle for it. Puck in the center. Bukovic still battles. Shannon in a Holt picks it up and sends it in. Here come the Knights the other way. Through center ice. Down the near wall. In front of goaltender Howe. Goaltender Howe makes a nice breadbasket save. And with 4:19 to go, we're going to get a stoppage and a face-off on Ashley's glove side. Nice save by goaltender Howe. And it's still 2-1. So out comes Warner with Scarlatelli and Mrazek with Betzler and Holt back. 4:18 to go as Warner takes that draw. The Knights come out with it. Play with it on the near wall. Still playing with it on the near wall as Warner falls down. Still playing with it on the near wall. This time Holt's going to go chase it down in the corner. She's going to reverse it and try to send it up the wall behind the zebra to the point where Warner's going to try to push it out. Can't. They hold it along the near wall. Warner and Holt battle with a Livonia Knights player. Holt's pushing that player into the corner. Riding that shoulder on her. Good, clean, competitive contact. Not like the Bisons. Holt chipped that away into the far corner. Or the near corner, rather. And here she comes up the near wall. Kaylin Holt, head of steam, through the center. Up the near wall, still skating. Try to push it over to Scarlatelli, a little bit far. Scarlatelli picks it up. Has it behind the net. Tried to center for Mrazek. Mrazek couldn't get a stick on it. And the Knights are going to recover it there. Going to take it in behind their own net. Bring it around to the far wall. Heavy pressure from Warner. Sends it up to the point, past everybody, and here come the Knights. It's a foot race. Kaylin and a Knights player. Knights player picks it up, gets in. Holt with a good defensive play, chips that shot out of the way. She hustled, got back in there, and got a stick on it. And here comes Scarlatelli through center ice. Warner and a Knights player battling. Puck loose center ice. Here come the Knights through center with it. Oh, Holt was going to go for a change, and she got beat. And she got bailed out by goaltender Howe with another nice breadbasket change. I think Kaylin really wanted a change. Didn't realize they were coming the other way on her. Created a one-on goalie opportunity for the Knights. And Ashley Howe, who's looking sharp today, caught it in her breadbasket and said, no, thank you, not today. We're going to get a face-off here. Stevens steps in to take it. She wins it over towards Dixon. Dixon can't corral it. Stevens is going to send it up the near wall. The Knights send it in, and they are going to be offsides with 2:43 to go. We're going to get a face-off over here on the out-of-the-box dot. Not sure what's out of the box, but whatever it is, it's no longer in the box. And that's where that face-off's going to be. And there it is. as Dixon skates with it. Dixon up the near wall. Pokes it in deeper. Knights are going to pick it up there, send it around. McVeigh picks it up. McVeigh tried to poke it into the center, couldn't get it there. As Zivkovic cheats in to try to get it there. Can't. Stevens holds the point, and the Knights chip it by her. Puck loose, Stevens turns, waits for the zone to clear, pokes it in. Still battling along the near wall, back to Zivkovic. Zivkovic throws it towards the net, knocked down by a Knights player. Dixon backhands. Goalie puts the paw down. And with 2:12 to go, we're going to get another stoppage. Apologize for all the shaking. The bleachers here are made out of cardboard and Gorilla Tape. And anytime anybody so much as breathes, they shake. And here come the Knights through center ice. Skates by Betzler. Blink is giving chase, but it's going to be up to Ashley Howe. Ashley Howe can't stop that one. Mid-height glove side on a breakaway. And it's 2-2. So they beat goaltender Howe on the glove side, mid-height. Looks like just below her natural glove catching position. And I've got a clock problem there as I let it run, so I'll get it back in sync here. I thought I turned it off and I didn't. So Makasenka steps in with Shannon and Bukovic as the Knights win that face-off. But Bukovic pokes it over to Makasenka. Here comes Makasenka. She's still free. She shoots. Goalie with a kick save there. Puck still loose in behind the net now, and the Knights are going to pick it up there. Waiting to get the clock in sync. We're about 5 seconds apart right now. Blinka's going to regroup across to Betzler. And now I've got the clock in sync. Here comes Bukovic up the far wall. Centering pass to Shannon. Shannon shoots, blocked by a Knights player. Shannon shoots again, blocked by a Knights player. Over to Bukovic in the far corner. Bukovic digs hard, finds it, gets it over to Shannon. Shannon tried to center, nobody there. Here comes the Knights. Makasenka comes over and pokes. They send it, Blinka sent it ahead, too far for both Shannon and Bukovic. And we're going to get an icing with 1:17 to go. As out come Warner, Mrazek, and Scarlatelli with Holt and Gaffney back. We'll get this draw here as Warner's going to take it on the glove side of goaltender Howe. She wins it over in the direction of Mrazek. Warner picks it back up and goes the other way. Heavy chop on Warner by that Knights player. She stops, puts it over to Mrazek, who tips it into the zone up the near wall. Couldn't quite control that pass. Mrazek falls down. Warner chips it in deep. Knights player wins that foot race. Going to take it up the far wall as she gets it to the point. Gaffney holds it. Here comes Warner through the center of the zone. She has a little bit of room. She shoots. A little bit high over the net. And the Knights player chips it ahead, but Holt's going to pick that up at center ice, turn and send it back the other way. Almost caught the Knights in a too many men penalty there as Warner gains the zone. Leaves it off for Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli skates in, still skating, shooting. Goaltender gets that in her catching glove. And with 31 ticks left on the clock, we're going to get a face-off, most likely to the left of the Knights goalie. We're tied at 2. Official clock shows 31. I'll get it in sync when it starts. Warner's going to take that draw. Knights are going to win it. I'm back in sync, and here they come up the far wall. Around Gaffney. Now it's up to Holt. Holt gets a stick down and blocks that shot. Player had skated around Mrazek and Gaffney, but Holt recovered and got a stick down. Sent it ahead to Scarlatelli. The Knights are going to win that foot race. Scarlatelli sends it into the zone. And here come the Knights through center ice with 1 second left, and that's going to do it for this first period. Scarlatelli sends it in. So we've played one, and we've played it to a 2-2 tie. So this second period brought to you by Hint Water. I can't quite see how far it is to see what that flavor is. Lisa holds it up like I can see it but she told me it's strawberry and lemon. So, hint water endorsed by the Zivkovic family. For all of your hockey refreshment needs, count on Hint Water, the official water of Lisa Zivkovic. I do those commercials for my older daughter. She absolutely hates them. The parents love them. Oh, Lisa's family's watching here. I'll let them see Lisa again. There she is. She can wave. She tells me her family's watching. So to all of the Zivkovic family members watching, hello from Lisa. So we're going to skate out here for the second. Looks like we're going to come out with Stevens, Dixon, and McVeigh, with Blinka and Zivkovic back on D as we continue to rotate 5D. 3 full offensive lines with Claherty out on a medical. Hopefully get a word here on Malia while we're playing this game as Stevens steps in. Pokes it ahead to Dixon. Dixon gains the zone. She goes up the far wall, throws it in behind the net. Chases it. Knights player comes in with it there. And goes off the side of the net. Goaltender covers it with the paw. And here we go. As Coach Zivkovic gives some instructions to Stevens. And we get the face-off. Stevens wins it back to Blinka. Dixon poked at it, sends it into the far corner where the Knights pick it up. They turn it around. Stevens stood that player up. Dixon comes out with it but can't hold it. Back to the point, and Zivkovic manages to hold it, but not for long, and here come the Knights. We got 3-4 Pens chasing this Knights player. Pushing her into the corner, she manages to get it in behind the net as a bunch of players fall down. Back to the point. Knights are going to shoot from there. Air ball over everything. Into the near corner as McVeigh skates with it and poked it to Zivkovic. Zivkovic sends it out. McVeigh can't handle it, and they come back to center ice. That puck goes off Stevens' stick, and Blinka chipped it ahead to Stevens. Stevens comes up the near wall. They got to get out. Zivkovic has it. She sends it in deeper, but a Knights player picks it up there. Across the ice, Blinka cuts that off, takes it the other way, but the Knights regain it. Here comes Stevens up the far wall. Stevens up the far wall now. She has a little bit of room. Can't find any way to get a shot off. She does get a shot off, and there's a low right goal from Stevens from just inside the circle. And just like that, it's 3-2 Pens. Stevens skated around a couple of players, ripped that shot, and it's 3-2 Pens. So now we're going to have Makasenka step in here with Holt and Bukovic. I'm sorry, Shannon and Bukovic, with actual Holt and Betzler back on D. Makasenka comes through the zone. She carries the puck. Here comes a chance for Kylie. Makasenka just misses high over the crossbar. She sent it back in front. Nobody could get a stick on it. And here come the Knights the other way. We're going to have to hustle. Betzler's back. Bukovic hustles. Betzler takes it once she realizes Bukovic is back, covering her back door. Bukovic intercepts the pass, takes it behind the net. She's going to bring it up the near wall. Gets it ahead to Makasenka. They do hold the point. Dump it in deep. Holt's going to chase that one down. That was a nice, smart play by both Betzler and Bukovic. Once Betzler realized Bukovic was back, she took the player, let Bukovic cut off the lane, and it worked perfectly. Here comes Holt up the near wall. She's got Shannon and a Holt in front of the net. Can't get it there. This time she tries to get it there, still can't get it there. This time she gets it there. Shannon can't get a stick on it. And her stick was tied up by a Knights player, and she couldn't get it down. So they turn and come back the other way. A little bit too far for Kylie, but she's going to give it a good effort to chase it down. She does. Takes it into the near corner. She's looking for a pass, can't get it off. Continue to battle with a Knights player there. Betzler holds at the point. Betzler skates it into the center. She's going to get a shot off. Right into the goalie breadbasket. The paw comes down. And with 10:24 to go, we're going to get a stoppage. So your Pens Elite girls are buzzing right now. It's 3-2. On a shot from the far wall by Stevens. Warner, Scarlatelli, and Mrazek, Gaffney, and Zivkovic. This face-off goes into the near corner. Zivkovic holds the point. She shoots, hits a Knights player in the back, Warner chips at it, can't hold it. They're going to battle up the near wall. Gaffney sends it back the other way. Warner and the Knights player battle below me here. Mrazek picks it up, gains the zone, but Scarlatelli was offsides. So with 10:06, we're going to come over here to the out-of-the-box dot. Again, don't know what it is, but it's not in the box anymore. Maybe in the next period, we'll check in with the Pens Elite faithful and see if they know what's out of the box. I've heard a jack in the box, but I don't know what's out of the box. Warner skates in, gets a shot off, blocked by a Knights skate. Back to the point, Zivkovic holds. She backhands it, the Knights cut that off, and here they come the other way past Gaffney. Back through center ice. Zivkovic back 3-on-1. Zivkovic breaks up that pass, Gaffney recovers. Knights hold the point, centering pass. Zivkovic broke it up again. Mrazek has it on the near wall. She tries to chip it ahead, can't get it out. Knights regain. This time it's Zivkovic. Zivkovic sends it up the far wall, blocked by a Knights player. They dump it in deeper. Zivkovic cuts that off, backhands it ahead, too far for Scarlatelli. And this time Warner should get to clear it. She does, over to Scarlatelli, but the Knights poke it back. Gaffney regroups. Sends it ahead to Zivkovic. Zivkovic over too far for either Warner or Mrazek, but Scarlatelli picks it up. Tries to take it up the near wall, can't. Warner turns with it, waits for Scarlatelli to come out. Gains his own shoots, misses far side. Knights player got a stick on that one with 9 to go second period. Knights coming up the far wall. Stevens tried to cut that off. Zivkovic couldn't hold the point, and here they turn. But Scarlatelli is in the zone as the second period changes are more difficult, and you get caught offsides. So we're going to go to the blank dot in front of the Penguins bench. Oh no, we're going to come to center ice. Stevens, McVeigh, and Dixon with Blanca and Betzler back. Stevens has that face-off one. She skates around one Knights player. She gets a shot off as she falls down. Miss wide. Knights pick it up on the far wall. Here they come back the other way. Stevens tries to lift the stick and can't. Got to be careful of the hook there. Betzler with a nice play, clears it. Dixon chipped it out. Dixon chips it ahead as the Knights player lost their lumber. Here they come the other way. Blanca stands them up at the line, but they maintain possession. Come in on goaltender Howe. Backhand, Howe with the save. And this time she's going to cover it. And with 8:16 to go, we're going to get a stoppage. This faceoff's going to be to Howe's right, blocker side, as the Knights go for a change, but the Pens don't. Knights also change goalies. So Stevens steps in for this draw. Knights win it. Loose in front. Goaltender Howe with a big save there. As Dixon comes up the far wall. She chips it ahead. It's going to go on net, so that'll negate the icing as McVeigh tries to chase that down. Puck loose, Dixon picks it up. Dixon around the back. She's going to try that Stevens wraparound. McVeigh didn't get a stick on it. It was loose in front. McVeigh gets it out to Stevens. Stevens trying to find a place to shoot. Can't. Sends it on net. Dixon's there. McVeigh's there. They poke. Puck's still loose. No whistle. And now we finally get a whistle with 7:47 to go. I'm off a few seconds. I'll fix it. Buzzing around that net. Out comes Shannon. Bukovic. Makasenka pinch hitting as a center with Holt and Gaffney back. 7:47. I'm 5 seconds ahead. I'll catch up here. The Knights pick that faceoff up, but Makasenka turns with it. Shannon puts it on net. Nobody can get a stick on it. Puck loose behind the net. The Knights pick it up. Knights try to come up the far wall. The near wall. Bukovic blocks that. Here comes Shannon. Shannon tries to center off a Knights skate. Puck comes loose to Gaffney. Trouble now is nobody was back covering. Good thing they had to regroup. Gives our girls a chance to catch up as Holt's going to chase that down with a Knights player. Holt got just enough stick on it to stop it, and here she comes the other way. Ahead to Shannon. Shannon through neutral ice loses the puck. Knights come the other way. Holt with a diving play gets over and pokes that one away. Here comes Bukovic. Kaylin Holt with no stick. Going to go play defense anyway. We saw her kick one earlier today. She's going to get back there and use her body to stop it. Here comes Makasenka. Holt still no stick. And they get it cleared, and here comes Shannon, but she loses the puck to a Knights player. As Holt's going to go to the bench and leave. She's going to play D. No stick. Up the far wall. They stop it, and here comes Shannon the other way. Shannon tries to catch up, but it can't. Holt with no stick kicks it, and we get an offsides call as Gaffney picks up the lumber for Holt with 6:33 to go. We're going to get a face-off in front of the Knights bench. This time it's going to be Warner taking that draw. She wins it over to Mrazek. Mrazek drops it back to Zivkovic. Zivkovic backhands it ahead up the near wall, where Scarlatelli and a Knights player, just a Knights player actually, are going to pick it up in the corner, take it around the far side. Warner puts the body on that Knights player, and Mrazek comes out with it. Mrazek tries to center, can't get it through to Scarlatelli. Here come the Knights the other way. Zivkovic steps up. That Knights player fell down. No contact there. Just lost an edge as Blinka backhands it ahead to Scarlatelli, who pushes it ahead. It's going to go on net. And the Knights goalie is going to put a paw down with 6 even on the game clock. And that's going to do it for that action. So we'll get a face-off here in the near circle. Warner out there with Mrazek and Scarlatelli. Blinka and Zivkovic back. As Warner's going to step in for this draw. Warner wins the draw back, but Zivkovic can't get there. And Blinka pokes it, but the Knights player still has it coming up the near wall. Knights player skates in. Nice save by goaltender Howe. Another nice save by goaltender Howe. Puck still loose in front. Howe's all over the ice, but she's making saves like a crazy goalie. Puck in the near corner now. Howe's regrouped and has her net back. Warner kicks it up the wall. Knights player falls down. Mrazek chips it up the wall. Warner comes up. Gets it over to Mrazek. Mrazek can't get it out. Blinka skates over. She's going to chip it ahead to Mrazek. Mrazek's going to chip it off the wall and chase it herself, but a Knights player is going to beat her to it. She knocks that down, chips it ahead. Warner chips it ahead, past Blinka, and Zivkovic's going to chase that one down. Zivkovic with a cross-ice pass. Looked like a high stick on the puck over to Scarlatelli. It was tipped by a Knights player, which looked like a high stick, but they didn't call it. Knights behind the net. Warner poking. Blinka holds the point, dumps it, but the Knights pick it back up and come the other way. Mrazek stops the player in center ice, at least momentarily, as they gain the zone. Betzler pokes it away over to the Knights bench, trying to catch him into too many men. They couldn't touch it. Betzler plays it. Blinka's over there. Knights player centered, came through everybody into the near corner. Betzler sent it ahead to Scarlatelli, too far. Here comes Dixon. Dixon up the near wall, not going to get the angle. By the time she overskated it, the Knights are going to pick it up in the near corner. Still battle in the corner, 4:20 to go. They center it to another Knights player as Holt's back on D with Betzler. Holt pushes the player to the far corner. Turns around, centers again, gets a shot. Goaltender Howe knocks that aside with the goalie paddle. They center it again. Stevens picks it up. Stevens looking up the ice. Stevens gets pulled down, and we're going to get a penalty on these Knights. So as Stevens gets pulled down in neutral ice, the Knights are going to go to the bin. Goaltender Howe wisely skated off, but it was to no avail as we didn't really get an opportunity to get the extra attacker on. And with 3:49 to go, your Penguins are going to be on the power play. So we're going to have Stevens, McVeigh, and Dixon with Gaffney and Holt back, it looks like, as they buzz the buzzer. The scorekeeper is confused. It's a hook. It's on the Knights. The scorekeeper still doesn't have it on the board as Holt goes off, and he consistently keeps putting them up for 2 minutes, and they're not 2-minute penalties. Now he's got it up for 1:30. The clock's not running, which is just going to give us more power play time, but we will take it. A couple extra seconds. Puck loose in front. Dixon chopping. Can't do anything with it. They try to knock it around Stevens. She battles for it along the wall there. Dumps it into McVeigh. McVeigh can't hold it. Gaffney skated up. Thankfully Stevens was back as Stevens Stevens sends it in. She gets taken down along the boards again. Puck in behind the net. Dixon's going to chop at it. Comes loose into the center. Over Stevens' skate. Over Stevens' stick, rather. She goes to the bench, and out comes Makasenka. Knights have it. They skate around with it center ice. Makasenka cuts it off, and here she comes. She's going to have a play. She's got Dixon trailing. She gets pushed around, comes around the goalie, comes around the defensive player, shoots on the goalie, puck into the near circle. McVeigh has it, throws it on net, nobody there. Into the near corner, centering puck, picked up by Dixon. Dixon's going to turn, gets it on net. Puck still loose. Makasenka chips at it, and the goalie saves it. With 2:47 to go. We're going to get a wholesale change here for the Pens on the power play. Makasenka takes the draw, pushes it into the near corner. Now Kylie has it loose. She centers it across to Shannon. Shannon with a shot. Was on the doorstep. Nice save on Shannon's shot. Makasenka had a rebound chance and couldn't poke it home. Tried to put it across to Blinka, and we're going to get a breakaway. Shorthanded breakaway for the Knights, and they beat Howe high glove. And I didn't have the clock running. 2:26 left in the second, and they beat Howe high over the glove. And then just like that, it's tied 3-3 as I get the clock back in line on a shorthanded goal for the Knights. I get the clock back in line here at 2:26. And there it is as Makasenka steps in with Shannon and Bukovic. Betzler and Blinka back as Bukovic comes up the near wall. She tries to center, can't. They both fall down. Betzler wisely drops back. Centering pass to another Knights player as Makasenka's held up, but Blinka pushes that player to the far wall. Shot went off of Betzler's hip into the near corner. Bukovic tried to clear, couldn't. Betzler tries to clear, can't. Puck still loose, comes into the center. Makasenka gets a stick on that loosened goaltender Howe, and we're going to get a cover with 1:56 to go. Howe knocks that one down and covers it up. Up comes Warner Mrazek with Scarlatelli. We're going to stay with Blinka and Betzler. This goaltender Howe stretches a little bit in net. So Warner's going to step in for this draw. She wins it over to Blinka. Blinka pushes it into the corner for Betzler. Betzler sends it up the wall, but not out as Warner did chip it ahead. She chipped it ahead to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli centers back to Warner, too far. Puck over to the far wall. Mrazek chases it with a Knight. They can't hold it there. Blink has to wait for the team to regroup. Heavy pressure. Team gets out. They chip it in clean. Warner's going to grab it, but the Knights are battling for it there. Warner turns, chips it up the wall, but a Knights player is going to pick it up at the blue line and come back the other way. She dumps it ahead. That one's cut off by Blinka. Blinka brings it into the zone. The Knights send it back. Mrazek holds the point, at least momentarily, and here come the Knights the other way. Betzler trying to catch up, gets a stick on it, and knocks it into the corner. She backhands it ahead to Warner. Warner chips it up. This time it goes ahead to, that's Elena Mrazek. Elena Mrazek through center. Mrazek looking for somebody to pass it to, loses the puck. Here it comes back the other way. Mrazek falls down. Goes through Betzler's legs. And she recovers in the near corner. Tried to clear, couldn't. Cut off by the Knights in the circle. They're going to get a shot that's going to go high and miss everything to the far side. Scarlatelli picks it up there. She reverses and comes back through center ice. Drops it for Mrazek. Mrazek loses it to a Knights player, and they're going to be offsides with 33 ticks left in the second period. So we're going to get a face-off here at the Coca-Cola dot. Looks like it's going to be Stevens with Dixon and McVeigh for 33 seconds. Stevens wins it over to McVeigh. McVeigh chips it ahead. Knights regain at center ice. Knights player kicks it. Stevens comes over, pokes at it. Knights player throws it in behind the net. Where McVeigh chips it up the wall. Knights hold the point. Comes up high on Dixon. She can't get it out. 13 seconds left. Puck's still in the top of the zone. McVeigh this time still can't get it out. She hit it off Dixon's skates. There's a Knights player laying there. Stevens falls down. Here comes Dixon. Dixon loses it at the line. Knights player falls down, and that's going to do it for the second period. So we've played 2. We've still accomplished nothing. We're tied 3-3. So I'll give you a view of the Penn's Elite faithful as we enter the third period, and we will have this third period sponsored by the Velvety Soft Hockey Blanket, officially endorsed by Tana. For all of your freezing rink needs, count on the Velvety Soft Hockey Print Blanket to keep you warm during these Penn's Elite games. The official blanket of Kylie's mom. So we're going to enter the third, tied at 3. We're getting some extra instruction from Coach Eric for the girls. We're going to skate out here with Stevens, Dixon, and it looks like McVeigh on the far wing. With, let's see here, Gaffney and Holt back on D. As Stevens and Holt make a plan to conquer the world here. Stevens skates in for this draw. And the Knights win it back. Knights come up the far wall. McVeigh stops them there. Dixon can't get a stick on the puck. Puck loose center ice. Here come the Knights. Knights up the near wall. Stevens tries to poke, can't do it. Knights player comes in, loose in front, cleared off the doorstep by Holt. Here she comes up the near wall. Holt will skate it up the near wall herself. She chips it by a Knights player, and the foot race is on. She can't quite corral it. She comes back to catch it on the wall. Stevens is going to stay high while Holt skates it in. Gaffney's going to try to knock it in lower and can't. They still battle for it on the far wall. This time it comes in off the side of the net. Dixon battles for it there, comes all the way around, where Stevens lifts a stick and comes out of there with the puck. She loses it in her own feet, and there it goes back to center ice as they wave off the icing, and Holt needs to hurry because the Knights player is coming with a head of steam. She bounces it off the wall ahead to Dixon. Back to Stevens. Stevens through center ice as she's pulled down. No call. A couple of Penn's players run into each other. Gaffney and McVeigh, as Gaffney takes the worst of that. McVeigh tries to enter the zone as Holt goes to the bench. They continue to battle over there on the far wall. Stevens, Dixon. Can't see who the third player is. It's got to be McVeigh with Gaffney and Zivkovic back. Puck loose back. Foot race for it. Zivkovic's going to win that, chip it back out of the zone. They're going to carry it in, and that's going to be an offsides with 11:32 to go in this second period. So we're going to get a face-off in front of the Penguins bench. Makasenka, Shannon, and it's got to be Bukovic back there with Blinka and Zivkovic back as the Knights come through center ice with it on the Coca-Cola logo. They chip it ahead. Here comes Shannon through center ice with it, still poking at it. Knights regain and come back the other way. Chip it past Blinka. Zivkovic comes over, pokes it to the wall, ahead to Shannon. Shannon tried to center for Bukovic, couldn't get it there. The Knights gain the zone and come through the center. Blinka gets a stick on it. That Knights player skated by everybody and beats Howe low on the glove side. And with 11:01 to go, it's 4-3 Knights. So that Knights player skated through 3 or 4 of our girls and picked up the goal low glove side on goaltender Howe. And it's 4-3. So Makasenka's going to step in for this draw. Good even game so far as Shannon chips it in, wearing the Holt uniform. Shannon still chipping, it goes on the net, and we're going to get another face-off. So just an update on Clauherty. She was over at the urgent care And apparently they don't have the right staff in place to evaluate her, so she has to leave and head to the ER. So she's on her way to the hospital now in an effort to figure out what happened to her ankle in that Bison's game. As the puck comes back to Blinka, Blinka shoots it off Warner. Puck behind the end line now as they battle for it in the near wall. Blinka skates in with it. Can't do anything with it there as the Knights take it from her. Scarlatelli tried to stop behind the net, couldn't. It's Zivkovic in deep as Mrazek goes back to cover. Scarlatelli battles behind the net, sends it out to the point that Mrazek's covering. Mrazek's going to have to drop back. It's a 3-on-2 break as Warner hustles to get into play. Warner can't break that up, but the pass is behind him. They waited to get on sides. Blinka breaks that up, and now Warner does. Warner chips it ahead the other way, and it's going to go down and be an icing. So with 10:09 to go, we're going to bring the puck back here for an icing, after an icing, for a face-off with Warner, Scarlatelli, and Mrazek, Betzler, and Holt back. Warner's going to step in and take this face-off with 10:09. She wins it over in the direction of Betzler. Puck loose in front of the net. Backhand, still loose. Mrazek comes up with it up the far wall, kinking it out past the point. It did come out that time, and they're going to call an offsides. So with 9:57 to go, Stevens, McVeigh, and Dixon step onto the ice. We're going to stick with Betzler and Holt. And there goes Stevens to solve world hunger with Holt. Stevens steps in for this faceoff. Wins it back towards Betzler. Betzler to Holt. Dangerous pass. Holt backhanded it, couldn't get it out of the zone. He's going to chase it down in the near corner. He's going to send it up the wall. It's going to be Dixon. Dixon's off to the races. Dixon skates in, gets a shot off the blocker, drops it near side behind the net, where they chip it past Betzler. And they're coming up the far wall. They hit the wall hard. And we're going to get a whistle. Stevens gets up. Slowly. She's on her knees. Now she's going to get up. Still slowly. She's going to skate to the bench. Looks like she's favoring a leg, maybe. She might be favoring a leg there. We'll see. So now we're going to have Makasenka come in. Coach Eric looks at Stevens. .9:21 to go. Back to the point. They have it there. Holt's going to skate with it out of the zone up the near wall. Up ahead to McVeigh. Here comes McVeigh up the far wall. McVeigh's going to get a shot off, saved by the goalie. In loose behind the net. They pick it up there. It's going to be Makasenka coming in. Makasenka tried to poke it across to McVeigh, couldn't get it through. Here come the Knights the other way. Here come the Knights up the far wall. Loose in front, goaltender Hal pokes that away. Still loose in front, now it's going to be Holt. Holt pokes it through center ice. She loses it to a Knights player there. They battle at center ice. It's McVeigh and Makasenka. Makasenka comes out of there with it. She's got it. Makasenka shoots, misses far side. Makasenka centers off the goalie again. They battle in front of the net. Still loose in front. Dixon tries to get a shot off, goes to the far side, blocked by a Knights player. McVeigh throws it in front of the net. Makasenka's there. Makasenka finds the back of the net. Nice shot by Kylie Makasenka, low right side. And it's 4-4 on a game tire by Makasenka. The girls just would not be denied there. They kept chipping away at it in front of that goalie. Just wouldn't be denied and banged it home. 8:05 to go, 4-4 game. The bleachers continue to shake. Gaffney sends it ahead too far for Scarlatelli. D-to-D pass by the Knights. Mrazek goes in to chip on that one. So does Warner. Knights get it back to neutral ice. Kicking. Knights player fell down, tripped over the puck. Here comes Warner. They wait at the blue line. Warner gets it in, chips it in deep. Couldn't do anything with it. Knights have it behind the net. Scarlatelli goes in to battle for it. Now Mrazek battles for it. Back to the point. Gaffney holds it, at least momentarily, and we're going to get a breakaway unless Zivkovic can hurry. Now that player overskated the puck, and Zivkovic was able to poke it back to neutral ice. Here comes Warner. She loses the puck at the top of the zone. Here comes a Knights player. Up the near wall. Around Zivkovic, into the corner. Zivkovic poked it off her stick. Zivkovic's going to send it up the wall. She centers it, tries to find Warner, can't. Puck loose center ice. Knights player hit her own player in the skull. Here comes up the near wall. Zivkovic pokes to the corner, prevents a centering pass. Puck was loose in front. Scarlatelli's going to try to clean that one up. She does, brings it through center ice. She battles for it here, sends it up the wall. No icing, sends it in deep. Warner chips at it, recovers, tries to center for Scarlatelli. He's a little bit behind her as Warner comes off the ice. Shannon comes out. We got Scarlatelli, Bukovic, and Shannon. As the Knights come in with it, backhand, never got it on net, missed far side, 6:12 to go. Puck loose in front, poked away by Blinka. Puck still loose in front, goaltender Howe can't get a cover on it. She finally does. And we get a stoppage with 6:05 to go. This faceoff's going to be to the right, or the left of goaltender Howe. As the puck is loose back at the point, here comes Makasenka. Makasenka with a nice individual play, creates a breakaway. Here comes Makasenka. She shoots and scores. Kylie Makasenka picks up another one on a nice individual play. That's a hat trick for Makasenka tonight. After 2 earlier, that's 5 for her today. Makasenka's on fire. And with 5:56 to go, it's 5-4 Pens. Makasenka nets the hat trick. And the Knights come out of there with that face-off. It's stuck in Blinka's legs as Howe pokes that to the end wall. Here comes Bukovic. Bukovic through center ice. Trying to find some space. Gets around one player, still maintains the puck. Gets around another player, shoots. Tough rebound, puck was loose. Shannon couldn't knock that home. There's Makasenka. She's got a player riding her shoulder. She's still skating with it. Kylie's on fire. Shoots it off a Knights skate. Here comes the Knights through center ice. Back to Blinka. Oh, Blinka tried to chip it ahead, couldn't, and that Knights player picked it up. Big hustle by Makasenka and Betzler to get back there and break that play up as Betzler tries to poke it up the wall. It's going to be Blinka picking it up in the center of the defensive zone ahead to Bukovic too far. The Knights are going to regroup. They send it across. Blinka and Knights player battle for it as it gets through Holt's legs all the way to the end line where Makasenka's going to pick it up. Makasenka sends it all the way around into the near corner. Comes up the wall where a Knights player picks it up. Shannon gets in there and plays some defensive techniques against that player. Pushes it into the corner. Here comes Holt with it up the near wall. Kaylin Holt skates. Up the near wall still with the puck. She gets in deep, shoots. A puck's bouncing, rebound. And Holt knocks it in. Holt gets her own rebound. On a rebound that went high. Holt skated in and knocked it in on the backhand. And that's going to be 6-4. So Holt with the hustle there. Chased her own rebound down, and it's going to be 6-4. as Stevens comes back out on the ice with Dixon and McVeigh. Stevens has the puck. She skates it into the zone. She gets stuck with Dixon. Stevens goes down again. Puck in the near corner. Holt tries to hold the point, can't. Here they come. We're going to get a penalty on the Pens. We'll see who it's on. As it goes off of goaltender Howe's paddle and up high, and Stevens will touch it for the penalty. Let's see who that's going to be on. Looks like they're calling it on Dixon. Penalty on Dixon. Looks like hooking. So Stevens is going to step in, take this face-off shorthanded with Gaffney, Holt, and McVeigh. Dixon sits in the bin for a hook. They continue to get it wrong and have it up there, not for the right number, nor for the right time. I'm not quite sure why they have it up there for 59 when she's number 10. But we're short, almost had a breakaway as Gaffney falls down. The battle in the far corner for it. Gaffney's going to come out of there with it at least now. Send it up the far wall for McVeigh. McVeigh awkwardly off her skates, back into the center of the zone. Back to the point, high shot, blocked by Holt. Holt blocked it but didn't stop it, and it trickled low and beat Howe. On the blocker side, low along the ice after it came off of Holt's chest pad and trickled low. So Livonia picks up a power play goal on the penalty to Dixon. And that's going to put it back to a one-goal game with 3:36 to go. Scarlatelli steps in to take this face-off with Warner and Mrazek. Blinka and Zivkovic back. Scarlatelli wins it to herself, loses it at center ice, but Warner picks it up. Warner through the legs of the Livonia player over to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli gets a shot off blocked. She turns, tries to recover and center it, can't. Warner breaks that up. Colleen Warner gets pulled down, no call. Into the far corner. Livonia reverses direction up the far wall. Zivkovic's going to hold that at the point. She's going to get a shot off, hit Warner in the face. Here come the Knights the other way. They skate through neutral ice. They put it weakly on net. Goaltender Howe uses the paddle, pushes it to the far corner where Warner picks it up. Warner can't clear it. The Knights regain, send it in deep. Zivkovic's going to pick it up. He's going to take it around behind the net with 2:45 to go. Puck loose, top of the zone, and now out the center. The Knights are going to regroup. Blinka picks it up there. Pokes it ahead to Mrazek. Mrazek can't keep control, and here come the Knights. 2-on-2. Zivkovic back. They come around, and they beat Howe. Mid-height on the blocker side to tie this game at 6 with 2:30 to go. So a shot from the near dot beats Howe, mid-height blocker side, and it's 6-6. So Shannon and Holt, Makasenka and looks like Bukovic on the far wing with Holt and Betzler back. So Makasenka takes this face off. The Knights come out of there with it. Shannon clears it back to center. Makasenka chips it ahead. Can't catch up with it as the Knights golf it ahead, and here comes a Knights player down the near wall. Betzler needs to hurry. Betzler hurries and gets there. Puck comes off the side of the net as Betzler made a nice play to recover. Puck up the near wall. Knights player turns, throws it into the center where it's cut off by Makasenka. She chips it up the wall, tries to get it to Shannon. Can't get there as a Knights player has it. She can't get an angle to shoot. Spins back to the wall. Still battles with Shannon there. Shannon pokes at her with the stick. Be careful, Paige. Makasenka and Holt join in. Now a Knights player has it behind the net. Off the side of the cage. Holt sends it ahead to Shannon. Shannon gets it clear. Here comes Bukovic. Nope, she can't. Makasenka ahead to Shannon. Shannon can't get it over to Bukovic. She just dumps it in. And they're going to stop it there and come back the other way, are the Knights. It ramped up off Makasenka's stick, and Holt's going to chase that down in the near corner. Holt's going to send it up the wall to Shannon. Shannon chips it ahead. Here comes Bukovic. If she can get a handle on it, and she can't, as she's knocked down by a Knights player. Here comes Makasenka, can't get a handle on it. Goes into the far corner. 1:10 to go. Knights have it behind the net. Knights send it ahead, where Makasenka battles for it along with Betzler, but it looks like it just came out. Betzler continues to battle. Zivkovic battles along the wall. Chips it ahead, Makasenka. Can't quite get there. Got to be tired. They've been out there a while. Zivkovic sends it back ahead. Holt just got out. Down the near wall into the corner. 42 seconds to go. Puck loose. Knights player regains. Comes up the far wall. Holt chipping. All the way past everybody. Gaffney falls down. Puck into the near corner. Knights player's going to get there first. She's going to center. It's going to go off the side of the net. Over to the far wall to Bukovic. Bukovic pushes it ahead to Dixon as Bukovic is pulled down. Puck all the way down. Bukovic needs to get off. Sends out Stevens. 12 seconds to go. Dixon reverses into the center. Stevens overskates. Here come the Knights with 4 seconds to go. Bouncing puck in behind the net. And this game's going to end a 6-6 tie. So we played these Livonia Knights for 39 minutes and accomplished nothing as the game ends in a 6-6 tie here from OBM Arena. So we'll be back with you tomorrow for some action. 2 games here again. I think we start at 1 o'clock. And we'll show you the handshake before we drop off the air for tonight. Team's going to line up for the handshakes. We'll bring you the handshake action here tonight on your Pens Elite 12U Attanucci channel. As the teams played hard, generally a pretty clean game, and we're going to skate off the ice. So as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow to bring you more 12U Attanucci hockey action. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening.